This is East with Twan. You see that? We're making some smoked turkey neck collard greens. And the best part about it, we're going to make this in the Power Quick Pot. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell, and we're going to get into this fun, easy recipe. Look, I'm going to have all the ingredients and the measurements in the description for you guys, so don't worry. Alright, so let's go ahead and get into this fun, easy recipe. So first thing we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and dice up a half of an onion, just like that. Then we're going to go ahead and play with the onions a little bit. Like, don't play with your food. And then we're going to cut up some strips of bacon. I use about 4 strips of bacon for this recipe. You want to cut them into squares just like that. Then you're going to hit the saute feature on your Power Quick Pot, and then you're going to set it for 5 minutes. Then we're going to go ahead and saute and make sure all of our ingredients are together. So we're going to start off with the bacon, because we're going to use the bacon fat for everything else we're going to put in here. So we're going to go ahead and saute that just until the bacon is a little done. We're not going to have crispy bacon for this recipe, okay? Alright, so once we go ahead and do that, make sure everything is well combined. And then you're going to go ahead and add your onion. The onion is going to soak up all of that good old bacon fat. Just like that. And you're going to use everything in one pot. This is going to be so easy and it's going to be delicious. Nobody got time to be slaving over the stove all day. Alright, so go ahead and basically saute the onions until they're translucent. And then once they're near being translucent, we're going to go ahead and add some good old minced garlic. Alright, garlic goes in last. You know why? Exactly, because garlic will burn. Alright, so you're going to go ahead and add the minced garlic to that. And then you're going to go ahead and stir to combine. And everything should start smelling really good. Everything's cooking. And again, we have this on the saute feature for the Instant Pot. But I'm using a Power Quick Pot for mine. Alright, and it should look just like that. Okay, next we're going to go ahead and add our cleaned and cut greens. I use 2 pounds of greens store-bought, but I did wash them. Nobody got time to be cutting greens. I just wanted to have a quick, easy recipe. So I just bought some pre-cut greens, which were pretty fresh actually. Alright, once we have the greens in there, you're going to go ahead and add your smoked turkey necks. Alright, so you're going to put the turkey necks in the middle so that way that the pressure cooking could make those things nice and tender. Now, I have Slap Your Mama or Tony's Creole. You can use whatever seasoning you like. My preference is Slap Your Mama. I'm going to go ahead and put that in there. Just about a tablespoon, not too much. And then I'm going to pack the remaining greens on top of the smoked turkey necks. Okay, you do not want the smoked turkey necks to be on top. You want them in the middle towards the bottom. Okay, that's going to help. The pressure cooker is going to help tenderize that meat with the chicken broth and everything else that we have in there. Okay, so just like that, pack it in there. You don't need to leave no room. Alright, so go ahead and add some crushed red chili peppers. Then I'm going to go ahead and add some good old chicken broth. Now this is 2 cups. I use a cup for each pound of collard greens. Alright, and I just basically use chicken bouillon. So that's just remaining bouillon that I put in there that's at the bottom that did not dissolve in the water. So again, that's 2 cups of chicken broth. Then you're going to hit it with some apple cider vinegar. You know you need the apple cider vinegar. You're going to go ahead and put it on top just like that. Okay, and then you go ahead and make sure you like this video before we continue this recipe. That really helps me out. Okay, so once you go ahead and do that, close it. Then you're going to hit the saute, well actually not the saute, the pressure cooker setting. You're going to put it on for 30 minutes. You are going to what? Set it and forget it. Just like the infomercials used to say back in the day. Okay, so go ahead and set it for 30 minutes. And after it cooks for 30 minutes, let it sit for 15 minutes before you open it. Okay, so let it cook for 30 minutes. And after the 30 minutes, what do we have? We let it release. And then we're gonna open it up. Y'all see that, right? I had to get quiet for that. Y'all see that, right? Those collard greens look so good. They're not dry. Cause look, we got that pot liquor at the bottom of the pan. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and stir and make sure that we get all that pot liquor, the greens, and this is the part where you just make sure everything has a little bit of that pot liquor. You know, to make sure the collard greens, the turkey necks, all of that. Look at that. That thing looks good. combine. So let's go over to my favorite part of this. We're gonna make some hoe cakes. I actually learned this on TikTok. Someone said, "Oh, you made some hoe cakes." Look, I just thought they were regular um, cornbread pancakes. But what we have our cornmeal. Then we're gonna have our flour. We have our sugar, and as I always say, all of the ingredients will be in the description. Then we have our baking powder. We're going to go ahead and put all of the ingredients in there. And I'll have the measurements for you. You definitely need salt to taste. Go ahead and put that in there. And then you're going to go ahead and whisk your dry ingredients. So those are going to be the dry ingredients. The measurements will be in the description for you guys to follow. Alright, and you're basically just making a pancake, but these are just going to be called hoe cakes. Okay, so mix the dry ingredients just like that. Then we're going to go ahead and add our wet ingredients. So we have some vegetable oil. Then we're going to go ahead and add into that. Then we're going to go ahead and add some good old melted butter. The cornbread, not cornbread without melted butter. Alright, once we go ahead and add the cornbread, we're going to go ahead and beat an egg. And you're going to put that in there. And you see that? That's not milk, that's buttermilk. Yes, we're going to have that good old buttermilk in there. And then we're going to go ahead and stir. And all the ingredients are going to combine. And then look, we're done. You're going to stir to combine and make sure everything is well incorporated, just like that. And you do not want the mixture to be too dense, and you definitely don't want it to be like too dry, because we're basically making little mini cakes with these. So again, reserve some buttermilk you may need to add, because you definitely want the batter to somewhat be the consistency of a pancake, but not too wet. And I did say I was done right, but no, I lied. We got to go ahead and add some honey. So we got some buttermilk and honey cornbread. This is about to be so good. And I'm going to show you guys how to make it. It's so easy. Alright, combine. Make sure all that's in there. Okay, just like that. And you see the consistency of the batter? Not too wet, not too dry, just right. Alright, so in my good old cast iron, I put some neutral oil down and some butter. That was about a tablespoon of butter. Now, my first go around, as you can see, I made a big boy pancake for these. So my thing was trying to make mini cakes, but I definitely made them too big. But I'm going to show you how they turned out. They still turned out good. Look at that color. I like a nice crispy edge from any kind of pancake, but for this particular hoe cake, I definitely want it to have a nice crust on there. Alright, and you're going to go ahead and flip this over, and look, these things look amazing, don't they? They look pretty good. Give yourself a pat on the back, you did that. Alright, so look, we definitely need to go ahead and make these a little smaller, because we need a plate for the gram. Alright, so you see I end up using a smaller cup. So this is about a 1/3 cup of the mixture, so we can go ahead and put that in. So you see they're much smaller than the first batch, and they're going to be the same result. Look, nice and crispy, buttery, and this looks super good. I don't know about you, but I'm ready to eat these. I can probably eat these alone. Alright, and you see the result? Look, they're done front and back. And again, it's just like making a pancake. Once it bubbles, that's when you want to flip it over. That's how you know it's time to flip. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and take that, set it aside, and we're going to go ahead and plate our collard greens. We're going to take those nice, tender, smoked turkey necks, the delicious collard greens. We're going to go ahead and plate that up, and then we're going to put our hoe cakes on there. We're going to give it a taste test and see how we did. So all the flavor, the pot liquor and everything is in the pot. Okay, so that's why it's important to stir. We're going to go ahead and plate that up just like that. Put some little hoe cakes on the side, and they're buttery. They're so good. I was eating so many off camera. Let's give it a taste test. Blow, hot, say grace. And just like that, man, these things are good. Look, we're going to finish eating this. Thanks for watching. This is Eats with Twan. I'm going to go ahead and sop up some of that pot liquor with the whole cake. Then I'm going to taste some of the smoked turkey necks. I'll see y'all later. Have a good one.